Merry Christmas, Gateway. I'm Curtis Spencer, and I'm part of the board of directors for Starfish Kenya. And we've been participating, my wife Linda and I, since the very beginning when Linda's sister Pam and her husband Roy came back from Kenya. It's been a great journey, but this year has been extremely tough. And the only way that we got through this was because you guys continued to give and give freely, openly, and consistently throughout the entire year 2020.
I first learned about Starfish Kenya in 2003 when Gateway, then known as Abundant Life, hosted a dessert night so that Roy and Pam Newberry could share about a trip that they had taken to Kenya 2 years earlier in 2001. On that trip, during the AIDS epidemic, Pam and Roy saw many needs that involved children and the restoration of hope. They brought that back and shared it with many of us, and through fundraising efforts, enough money was raised to buy a parcel of land. And over the years, through the generous hearts of donors and God's provision, that parcel of land has developed into a campus that includes a primary school, a high school, dorms, teachers' housing, a dining hall, a modest library and computer lab, sports fields, a dairy farm, an agricultural farm, and a vocational training center. God has been incredible, and it's been an amazing journey for all of us who have been a part of it. In 2006, I was invited to help coordinate the first annual Starfish Kenya golf tournament, which I continued to do for several years. I went on to become the executive administrator for our 501c3, and then now I am the missions coordinator, and I do the logistical planning for mission teams each year. I never thought that I would be so involved for so long, ever. And yet God has continued to call me back year after year because I have fallen in love with those children. I have fallen in love with the mission, and I am so in love with the God who enables all of that to happen.
So the board of directors got together during the year and made sure that we were able to supply the faculty, staff, and Moses with the things that they needed to survive through the COVID pandemic. And therefore, it was your giving and your consistent giving that helped this to become a reality. And then in the meantime, we were able to clean and revamp some of the dorms, some of the classrooms. And today, House of Hope is back teaching. They're back graduating students. They just came out with that today. And so things are starting to move forward to the full opening in January of next year.
Hello, we're the Chuas. Starfish Kenya came on our radar when we first started attending Gateway. It was right before their big summer trip, and we wanted to do something a little more, so we decided to sponsor a child, and that was a little over 10 years ago.
I think it's definitely given us a feeling of fulfillment, joy. It always feels good when you do something nice for other people, and I think we're just all so lucky to wake up every day here in the United States, and we oftentimes forget what it's like in other parts of the world. And so, that definitely has had a very positive impact on us. And since we've started giving, we've got a son now, and he started saving. He's been saving up his money where he gives every year, both Summer Kids Club at the end of the year. He's done some things through his school where they came and talked to them, and seeing the impact it has on the little ones that don't quite understand how other people in this world are living and what they're going through, and the value of giving. It's been definitely something that's touched our hearts.
And something to consider if you feel that tug, especially when you're seeing that big donation from the Christmas Eve service. It's a good feeling.
Yep. Whether you can give, once a year, whether you can give twice a year,
or
sponsor a child, then
monthly.
It's obviously a fantastic cause, and something that will hopefully bring you some joy like it's brought us.
On our refrigerator is our postcard for our kiddo Baron, who we pray for his salvation and his well-being every day.
And on our Christmas tree, we have starfish that remind us that He is one child that we are investing in his salvation, his eternity, prayerfully for generations to come. And that's the impact Starfish Kenya has had on us, is that we know that half a world away, there is a kid learning about God and what Jesus did for him on the cross because of the sponsorship. If you have not gotten involved in Starfish Kenya, we would encourage you to look into how you can support everything going on at House of Hope as you head into the new year.
Last but not least, from the Starfish board, once again, we're very excited about moving forward. There are children graduating, they're moving on to college. We've got a new crop of kids coming in that are very, very excited to be back in school starting in January. And we just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas and have a wonderful new year.